Who is the worst celebrity you have ever met and why? I almost got in a bar fight with Danny Masterson because I cut him off. My coworkers were closing the bar, and I told him we couldn't legally serve anymore. And we were trying to go home. He cussed out my bar back, and I confronted him about it, and he played the celebrity card on me and tried to intimidate me. His friends calmed him down, and he didn't do shit. This was back in 2017, before he was arrested, so seeing the scandal unfold later was icing on the cake, because the way he talked to me and my staff was so entitled and immature. Fuck him. Glad he's rotting in jail. Also Ray Manzarek, keyboardist of The Doors. My stepsister saw him at Universal City Walk. She was suffering from leukemia and had undergone a lot of chemotherapy, so she very much looked like a 13-year-old cancer patient. She asked him for an autograph, and he said, $100 no matter what's going on in your life. To this day, I can never listen to The Doors the same. Jared Leto. He was absolutely shit-pissed that we were short on a can of soda that was requested in the rider. 5 Diet Cokes instead of 6. He spent 2 seconds in the green room the whole night and didn't touch anything. He refused to speak to anyone directly and tried to get tough with security when they wouldn't let some young women in the back. Rest of his band was nice as hell though. Dakota Fanning was bored out of her mind and looked like she wanted to be anywhere else. When I interviewed her for a college newspaper, I felt like a slug. Kirsten Stewart, on the other hand, despite her image in the press at the time, was so sweet and thoughtful in her answers, and even told her publicist, who was trying to rush her along, to basically leave her alone while she continued to chat with me. She even remembered my name at the end and said it was great talking. I was smitten. My uncle used to own a chain of theaters and had a few movie premieres hosted. He said Kevin Costner was extremely rude to all employees and staff, and Jackie Chan was one of the most gracious people he's met. The Costner thing always surprised me. All the rumors are true about Reese Witherspoon. I used to work at a clothing store in LA, and she would regularly shop with us. Just in a permanent bad mood, snarky, rolling her eyes, dirty looks for absolutely no reason, as we were all very kind and discreet. Met many celebrities working there, and that's my only bad experience. JLo is horrific. You are not allowed to look at her if she is shopping in your store and only communicates to her personal assistant. Got called to David Spade's room for a Wi-Fi issue once at like 3 a.m. When I told him he needed to wait for IT in the morning, he said, "I didn't think you would be able to fix it. I figured they don't put their best and brightest on the graveyard shift." Ilmao. Drake rented out a party room in a bar and used to work at. Place closes at 2 a.m. Showed up at 3 a.m. W/LeBron and the most ratchet crew I've ever seen, which is saying so effing for to after an hour and over $3K in sales. Drake refused to pay for his crew, insisted on changing to individual pay. All those sales went unpaid and untipped. Over the next 2 hours, 2 bar backs got assaulted and management did nothing. Fuck Drake. I delivered a pizza to Chris Brown's tour bus in my hometown. He didn't tip, but he also didn't slap me around, so I chalked it up as a win. Ezra Miller. Ran into him at a bar in East Village. He was lurking watching my friends play pool. We didn't know it was him yet. I offered him my turn because he looked like he wanted to play. Dude hits the pool ball so badly, takes the pool stick and messes up the entire table, picks up a ball and throws it down the hallway, then almost impales my friend with the pool stick before running away. Woman at the bar scoffed at the situation. Turns out she was an off-duty bartender at the bar, and he comes in and does stuff like that often. This was 2022/23-ish. I've told this story so many times, But Drake, and this was when he was still Degrassi, was working at a local movie theater in the city, and we get celebrities occasionally because we're not from downtown. Anyways, by pure chance, not only does Drake show up to the theater, a few moments after him, Hilary Duff comes in. Because Drake was wearing a black shirt with the word security in bright fucking yellow, and I didn't recognize him, he yells at me for assuming he's Hilary's security person. He did the whole "don't you know who I am" spiel too. My manager, after I told him what happened, he was also like, WTF did he expect wearing the shirt? Hilary Duff was super nice though. Mike Wolf from American Pickers. He was in the same cemetery tour group as me in New Orleans. He kept rudely interrupting the tour guide, demanding to be taken to the tomb from Easy Rider. The tour guide kept telling him we'd get there closer to the end of the tour, but Mike Wolf threw a hissy fit and was ruining the tour for the rest of us, so the tour guide gave in, stopped our tour to take him to the tomb. His tantrum inconvenienced 10 to 12 other people, and he couldn't care less. 2 Nicki Minaj stories. One time her and Drake came into a convenience store I was working at in DTLA. Their security strong-armed all actual customers, so they could film a little video where Drake pretends to buy her hot chips. Another time she was performing at Staples. Friend worked as a red coat / usher there and told Nicki, "You look very pretty." And Nicki replied, "Never in your life speak to me again." Machine Gun Kelly tried to lowball my friend that tattooed him. Many years ago, I got the opportunity to meet Danica Patrick at a photo shoot she was doing for some magazine. I was 17. My dad's friend was the photographer who offered to take me along. At the time, she had had her license revoked due to reckless driving. Her mom had to drive her to the shoot. Danica did not want to talk to me when I said hi, but I could let that go. She was working, and I'm sure didn't want to entertain some random kid. What made her the worst is she was so mean to her mom, constantly yelling at her and putting her down. I was so upset by her behavior. Her mom was trying her hardest to de-escalate, but Danica was just determined to be awful.